Hey, it's Doug with Backcountry Pilgrim, and I am on a double-wide Zenbivy. I have been a big Zenbivy fan for about 2 years now. They've pretty much replaced every other sleep system that I own, but the one thing that I haven't been able to replace so far has been a sleep system that can handle 2 people. I like to go hiking, camping, and backpacking with my wife and kids, and when we're just going on a duo trip, it's nice to be able to split the load up, but it's also nice to be able to snuggle up at night. So when Zenbivy offered to send me their new double bed, I was very excited. I first discovered Zenbivy when I was going over my side sleeping bag video, where I had decided to stop using quilts because I was so tired of the drafts. Now, for some time after that, I was using the Nemo Disco sleeping bag because not only was it wide and comfortable, but I could also zip it together with the female version of the same bag, pair that with a 50-inch sleeping pad, and have a nice double bed for when I was backpacking or camping with one of my family members. Not long after I made this video, however, I was sent one of the Zenbivy sleep systems, and with it experienced one of the most comfortable sleeps I've ever had in the backcountry. Since then, I've got a couple more Zenbivy systems, and they are just absolutely phenomenal. Now, the basic idea of the Zenbivy double bed is pretty simple. If you're familiar at all with how Zenbivy works, it's essentially a special sheet that fits over a sleeping pad that gives you a nice, spacious hood that can either be used to cinch down like a mummy bag or expanded to give you places to keep your arms without them falling off the sleeping pad. The sheet has some thin walls that go along the edge of the quilt. They clip in very simply with these little colored hooks, and that allows the quilt to experience quite a bit of movement without ever creating a draft because those thin walls block the air. At the same time, because the quilt is contained within those walls, you don't lose your insulation. This makes for just an absolutely incredibly comfortable sleep. Now, what Zenbivy did with the double bed is, as you might expect, doubled the size of the sheet. There are 2 different sizes of the sheet to accommodate your standard width sleeping pads. A 40-inch for 2 20-inch pads, and a 50-inch for 2 25-inch wide pads. Now, of course, if you have a 40 or 50-inch sleep pad, this will work as well. You pair this double wide sheet with a double wide quilt with an 800 fill power hyperdry water resistant duck down 25D polyester pongee with a 15D nylon taffeta shell, and you are in business. Now, one of the concerns that I had with this setup was that if you were going to be using 2 pads, that there would be a problem in the middle where the pads come together. I didn't want them splitting apart, creating a draft, or a low spot that you could kind of fall into or lean into with your elbow or leg. Now, while it is possible if you try to push them apart, the sheet joins the mattresses together quite well, and it does this with a kind of standard pad strap as well as drawstring tighteners at the top and the bottom. There is also a small snap strap that pulls the drawstring into the mattresses. Once I had it set up, I got in and rolled around, and I didn't even notice where the 2 pads come together. It's a pretty tight system. Because the sleeping bags do not zip together from the feet, there is still a dividing wall between them, and on mine it happens to fall right about where my knee usually kicks up if I'm sleeping on my stomach. So I am constantly worried about one of us ruining the fabric of the sleeping bags, stretching it out while we're sleeping. Further, the zipper on the Nemo Disco sleeping bags has been a bit fidgety. Zipping the 2 bags together has always been a little scary, and it nearly always binds up a time or 2 before I manage to put it all together. Obviously, this could be a serious deal killer if you're out in the cold. As usual with Zenbivy, the sheet does not cover the inflation ports, so you are able to blow them up in the middle of the night if you need to without taking the system apart. The hood also has 2 pockets for keeping valuable items, as well as additional fasteners to attach a Zenbivy pillow if you don't want it moving around all night. With the Zenbivy system, I also got 2 synthetic fill pillows that can be inflated. They've got a very comfortable pillowcase. I also got a 15-liter dry bag to keep the system in case I want to really pack it down more than I usually do in a compactor bag. Now, of course, this system is going to be absolutely fantastic for a car camping type setup, But how is it going to work for backpacking? Well, here I decided to compare my current Duo sleep system, which consists of 2 Nemo Disco sleeping bags and a 50-inch Big Agnes Air Core, now called the Divide, insulated sleep pad. Now these bags together run 68 ounces, whereas the Zenbivy Quilt is only 47. Now, to be fair, if you're going to use the whole Zenbivy system, you have to pair the quilt with the sheet, which is an additional 17 ounces. For this entire system still comes in 4 ounces lighter than the Nemo Disco sleeping bags zipped together. The 2 25-inch Zenbivy ultralight pads that I used combined come to 50 ounces, whereas the Big Agnes pad comes to 60. So when you have the entire system put together, the Zenbivy double bed comes to 114 ounces, whereas my current system comes to 128. So the sleeping bag 50-inch sleep pad combo is almost a full pound heavier. Also, because we have to use a single 50-inch sleep pad, guess who ends up carrying that? While we can split the sleeping bags, we cannot split the sleep pad. Now, of course, with the Zenbivy, you do have one double-wide quilt and a double-wide sheet, but these can be split up as well. Now, when it comes to warmth, the Zenbivy quilt is rated from 25 to 35 degrees, with the sleep pad coming in at R4.8, whereas the Nemo Disco sleeping bags are rated from 16 to 27, and the mattress an R4. This averages out to about a 10-degree difference. However, with the Zenbivy sleep pad being rated higher, that difference is likely in the single digits. Now, last but not least, we need to talk about price. The Zenbivy double quilt is $500, and the sheet is $180. So this is a $680 system. Now, you can pair this system with any standard size pads, but if you want 2 Zenbivy ultralight pads, $400, so you're looking at a $250 difference to shave off nearly a pound and have a much more comfortable sleep. If you're looking for an excellent sleep system, check out these videos on some of the other ones that I have reviewed. Please like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to Backcountry Pilgrim if you are into hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. Until next time, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching.